How do you do? I'm very grateful for this opportunity to get together and talk about old-time advertising, because as Secretary of Advertising for the U.S. government, it's a subject very near to my heart. Incidentally, I hope you'll pardon my clothes. There's a fad for wearing period clothing here in the Capitol in Los Angeles, and this costume dates back to approximately the 1960s, which, interestingly enough, is the date of this antique chair. But I didn't come to talk about furniture or clothing. What I want to talk about is advertising as it was way back in the year 2017. I wonder how many of you remember that year and the marvelous 5-day national holiday in honor of the 100th anniversary of the 4 A's. I myself was working for a small agency. Well, we had maybe 12,000 employees, called Hoefer, Dieterich Brown up in San Francisco at the time. And what I'd like to do is sketch for you, if I can, what it was like to be alive in those exciting days before Interplanetary bought the last remaining advertising agency and merged with the U.S. government. In 2017, of course, we were living in a total marketing economy. The problems of production had been permanently licked, by which I mean everything was produced in Japan. The economic question of the hour, in fact, had become, is the U.S. equal to consuming everything the Japanese can produce? Fortunately, we were equal to the challenge. The 4A dream of more education for advertising had at last come true, and the study of advertising was compulsory from the 4th grade onward through graduation from the Harvard Business School, which was also compulsory. Similarly, the trend towards corporate mergers, which had been evident even as early as the mid-20th century, had now gone about as far as it could go. There were, in fact, only 2 companies in the United States. Both were giant marketing organizations. One was known as General Amalgamated, or GA, the other known as Chicken Delight Industries. Although the products sold by these 2 companies were identical, with the exception of the pressure-sensitive label GA or CDI applied just before the goods left Japan, there was a great deal of healthy competition between them in accordance with a rather strict set of rules prescribed by the Justice Department. But enough of economic history. Let's talk about the best ad of 2017. This calls for a word about media. And while I'm tempted to talk about the beginnings of intracranial radio or the development of 5-channel living sensovision, what I actually want to talk about is a print medium. As many of you remember, beginning in 1998, each child was given at birth, in addition to the customary 11-digit multipurpose number, a subscription to Lifetime, the magazine for you. Actually, Lifetime was half magazine, half newspaper. It was transmitted by laser beam to an electronic device under the kitchen sink, where it was then printed onto a continuous roll of paper manufactured from the output of the disposal. The editorial content of Lifetime was unique. That is to say, thanks to automation and the computer, no 2 copies of the magazine were identical. The contents varied according to the age, sex, and general interests of the subscriber, as recorded and preserved in the official magnetic memory cores in the heptagon. Likewise, the advertising content of Lifetime was unique. Only those ads that could reasonably be assumed to appeal to the subscriber were included in his issue. And if an advertiser wanted to reach 28-year-old red-haired mothers of 3 children, boy, girl, boy, well, that was who they reached. It was an ideal advertising medium because it had 100% coverage, no waste circulation, and was, no matter how the subscriber might feel about it, non-cancelable. The ad I want to show you was judged best ad of 2017 for 2 chief reasons. First, it was, as all good advertisements should be, a clear, simple communication about the satisfaction of a great human need. And second, it zeroed in on its market so accurately that it appeared in only one subscriber's copy of Lifetime. Here it is. The ad worked. There's a message here, I suppose. And I suppose the message is that advertising, despite the laser, the computer, the spaceship, that advertising must always revolve around the needs and desires, the hopes, the fears, the strivings and failings of a single individual and of a universe made up of single individuals. Even in this advanced age, it's a thought worth remembering. Thank you.